You know what makes me absolutely furious? When people tell me gardening stops in October. That once the first frost hits, you should just cover everything up and hibernate until spring like some kind of bear. Well, I'm about to prove them completely wrong. What if I told you that fall and winter could actually be the most stunning, the most dramatic time in your entire garden? Not spring with all its showy flowers. Not summer with its riot of colors. But fall and winter. Welcome to Home Garden Fix, where we prove that age is just a number and gardening never stops. Today, we're diving into something that can change everything you thought you knew about the so-called off-season. And here's my controversial take. I think fall and winter gardens are actually more beautiful than spring gardens. There, I said it. Spring is easy. Everything blooms. But creating a winter garden that stops people in their tracks? That takes real skill. Hit that subscribe button right now, because if you're serious about gardening year-round, you need to be part of our Home Garden Fix family. We post every single week with tips designed specifically for seniors who love getting their hands dirty. Let's create some serious magic together. Hashtag ornamental grasses, nature's winter dancers. Ornamental grasses are like having living sculptures that move, catch light, and create sound. When everything else is dormant, these beauties are putting on a show. Miscanthus, or maiden grass, is the supermodel of the grass world. It grows 6 to 8 feet tall with gorgeous feathery plumes. In fall, the whole plant turns gold, copper, and bronze. But here's where it gets really good. In winter, when snow and frost hit, those seed heads transform into crystalline sculptures. The variety Morning Light has silvery edges that shimmer in low winter sun. Here's my pro tip for seniors. Plant Miscanthus once, and it'll come back year after year with zero fuss. Just cut it back in late winter, about 4 inches from the ground, and you're done. Low maintenance, high impact. For smaller spaces, try fountain grass. The variety Hummel is practically indestructible. You could forget to water it, ignore it for weeks, and it'll still look gorgeous. The pink plumes dry to beautiful wheat color that glows in the sun. If you need something vertical, feather ryegrass is your answer. Carl Forster stands absolutely straight, no flopping. When you see it covered in snow while everything else has collapsed, you'll understand why it's legendary. Now, drop a comment. Do you currently have ornamental grasses in your garden, or have you been sleeping on these incredible plants? Hashtag Evergreens, the backbone of winter beauty. Let's talk about evergreens. And here's something controversial. Evergreens are not boring. Fight me in the comments if you disagree. The reason people think they're boring is because they're doing it wrong. When you choose the right varieties, evergreens become absolute showstoppers. Dwarf conifers are where it gets exciting. We're talking miniature trees in every shape imaginable. Upright columns, perfect rounded balls, spreading mounds that cascade over edges. And colors? Silvery blues, golden yellows, deep greens, some that turn burgundy in winter. Here's a container combination you can create in one afternoon. Large wooden planter. Center, small upright juniper. Around it, compact blue-gray spruce. Edges, low spreading juniper trailing over the rim. Fill gaps with wintergreen that has red berries. Tuck in trailing ivy. Top with pine cones and moss. That container will look stunning from October through April. One afternoon of work, months of beauty. Holly gives you glossy leaves and bright berries that birds love. For small spaces, try Soft Touch, China Girl, or Blue Princess. Here's the thing. You need both male and female plants to get berries. Ask at the nursery which varieties work together. Critical tip. Evergreens need water even in winter. They're still alive and actively growing. Water them well in a fall until the ground freezes, and they'll look gorgeous all winter. What's your biggest challenge keeping plants alive through winter? Drop it in the comments. Plants with winter berries. Jewels in the snow. Berries aren't just beautiful. They're like a 5-star restaurant for winter birds, and watching those birds in your garden when everything is covered in snow is pure magic. Winterberry is going to blow your mind. It's deciduous, losing all leaves in fall. But when those leaves drop, they reveal branches absolutely smothered in brilliant red berries. Picture bare black branches covered in glowing red berries against white snow. The berries last for months, often into February. For smaller spaces, red Sprite stays compact at 3 to 4 feet. You need one male plant, Southern Gentleman, for every 5 or 6 females to get berries. If you want something that makes people say, "Is that real?" plant Beautyberry. The berries are unreal, almost neon purple. They look photoshopped, but they're completely real and absolutely stunning clustered along arching stems. Cotoneaster is the reliable workhorse. Tom Thumb stays low and spreading, perfect for containers. Coral Beauty creates dense mounds covered in berries. And Cotoneaster forgives mistakes. Poor soil? No problem. Forgot to water? It'll survive. Here's what I love most. You're creating habitat, providing food for cardinals, waxwings, robins try to survive winter. On cold mornings, when you see birds feasting in your garden, you realize your garden is part of something bigger. It's a sanctuary. If you're getting value from this, hit that thumbs up button right now. It helps other gardening enthusiasts find this content. Hashtag colorful bark and stems. Winter's hidden secret. Most gardeners completely overlook colorful bark and stems, and it drives me crazy because it's so stunning. Red Twig Dogwood and yellow Twig Dogwood are game changers. When leaves drop, they reveal stems in incredible colors. Fire engine red, neon yellow. Some have orange-red stems. The effect is dramatic when backlit by winter sun or surrounded by snow. My favorites: Cornus alba sibirica with coral red stems and midwinter fire with stems that graduate from yellow to orange to red. It looks like actual flames in your winter garden. Here's the secret to bright colors. Cut these shrubs back hard in late winter, removing 1/3 of older stems. Younger stems have the brightest color. Design tip: plant red and yellow twig dogwoods together. The color contrast is absolutely stunning. Position them where you'll see them from inside your house. Here's something cool. In midwinter, cut branches and bring them indoors. Arrange them in a simple vase. No flowers needed. Those stems create stunning minimalist arrangements that last for weeks. Have you ever tried growing plants specifically for winter bark or stems? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hashtag seed heads, breaking the rules. Here's where I tell you to break the rules, and traditional gardeners will hate me. But I don't care because I'm right. Most gardeners deadhead, spent flowers, and cut everything back in fall for a tidy garden. But here's my controversial statement. That's terrible advice. Leaving seed heads standing is one of the best design decisions you can make. After coneflowers finish blooming, they leave spiky architectural seed heads. Those dark cones catch snow and frost like tiny landing pads. They're stunning. But here's the real kicker. Goldfinches love these seeds. Watching goldfinches perched on swaying coneflower stems in winter is worth more than any flower show. Black-eyed Susans create striking silhouettes against snow. Sedum produces huge flat clusters that dry to russet and copper tones. When covered in frost, they look like coral formations made of ice. Don't cut back your hydrangeas in fall. Those dried flower heads provide gorgeous winter interest in shades of cream, tan, pink, brown, and green. Here's the philosophy. There's a movement toward embracing naturalness. Standing seed heads provide food for wildlife, shelter for beneficial insects, and incredible visual interest. Wind frost coats every seed head, transforming your garden into a crystalline wonderland. You understand why we leave things standing. It's about working with nature's design. Tell me in the comments, are you team cut everything back or team leave it standing? Fall color and design principles. Before full winter, fall color puts on the most dramatic show. Japanese maples are like living jewelry with breathtaking crimson, scarlet, orange, gold, burgundy. Dwarf varieties like Crimson Queen, Sangokaku, or Shana are perfect for seniors because they stay manageable. Virginia creeper turns such intense crimson, it looks like walls are on fire. Easy to grow, any soil, any light, virtually no maintenance. Now let's talk design. Layer different types of interest. Background, tall evergreens or grasses. Middle, shrubs with colorful stems or berries. Foreground, lower perennials with seed heads. This creates three-dimensional depth. Use repetition. 3 red twig dogwoods create more impact than one each of 3 different shrubs. Think about viewpoints. Plant striking elements where you'll see them from your kitchen window, front door, favorite sitting spot. Create contrast. Red stems against evergreen foliage. Fine grasses with bold evergreen forms. White birch bark against dark stone. Use containers as flexible focal points you can change seasonally. Here's my challenge. Look at your garden right now. Pick one element from today's video to add next season. Just one. Then comment below and tell me what you chose. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We post every week with practical, budget-friendly tips for senior gardeners. Hashtag the real truth about winter gardening. Fall and winter aren't something to endure while waiting for spring. They're seasons with their own unique beauty if we're willing to see them. There's something deeply satisfying about finding beauty in frost-covered seed heads, sun backlighting grasses, red dogwood stems glowing against snow. These quiet moments make gardening a practice of mindfulness rather than just a hobby. Every plant we talked about is an investment in your future self. The person who will look out the window next January and smile because there's something beautiful to see. That connection to nature, that daily reminder that life continues even in coldest months, that transforms a yard into a sanctuary. You don't need to be young to create this. You don't need endless energy or a massive garden. Just choose plants wisely, place them thoughtfully, and let them do what they do best. Most of these plants are low maintenance once established. They're tough, reliable, perfect for seniors who want beauty without backbreaking work. Start planting now. Plant this fall, and by next winter, you'll have an incredible living landscape that brings you joy when you need it most. If you got value from this video, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to Home Garden Fix for weekly content designed for senior gardeners who refuse to let age slow them down. Thank you for being part of this community. Your best gardening years aren't behind you. They're right now. Until next week, keep growing, and remember, every season has something to teach us. Happy gardening, friends!